One of the biggest questions I get asked on my YouTube lives is, Ken, tell me about Orlando and the walkable communities that I should know about. Now here's the thing, Orlando in general is not massively walkable, but there are 5 or 6 areas that if you want that lifestyle to be able to go walk to a restaurant, walk to a bar, or just kind of get to know your neighbors by walking around town, that you should probably know about if you're thinking about moving to Orlando. Stay tuned. I said, so it's called the Donut Shop, but it's not the Donut Shop. It's a vinyl record player shop, which I'm a huge fan. Hey, how are you? Good. I think that's the one. So let's define walkable, right? I think a lot of people think that if they can live, work, and play in the same vicinity as their house, that that's actually a walkable community. We don't really have a ton of those here in Orlando, unfortunately, but what you do have is amazing cities and neighborhoods like this. Today we're in Winter Park, starting off our list of houses of walkable communities, and you can see people walk in, they're looking at shopping, eating, and they probably could live within a mile of here and find amazing homes. Now, Winter Park's the most expensive real estate in all of Central Florida. You have homes that are townhomes ranging from 2 to 3 million, all the way up to some of the most expensive real estate, 10 million plus. And so up and down this Park Ave area is a beautiful walkable community, but you're still gonna be pretty much car reliant for the majority of Winter Park. So who's somebody that would want to live in the Winter Park area? Well, typically it's gonna be somebody that's a little bit more affluent, being that the price points here are a bit higher. But if you enjoy farmers markets on the weekends, you enjoy older and newer kind of style houses, and you want to be away from, say, the parks and sort of the downtown area, then Winter Park is probably for you. Over on the east side of town is Avalon Park, and I would consider that a very walkable community here in Orlando. You're probably 15-20 minutes over from the MCO, from the airport there, and it's a new urbanism sort of area. So you have apartments, townhomes, condos, and houses, and within a mile of that downtown area, you have plenty of things to do, see, eat, all that kind of thing right there. So I would consider that the second area if you're thinking about a walkable community here in Orlando. The type of person that would choose Avalon Park is somebody that wants to be closer to the airport, that does want something newer, that wants that sense of community, because it's not just a massive city, it's a big HOA and a master plan community. So if you like town events, you like being close to the airport, but kind of away from Disney and all those other things, Avalon Park might be for you. Next up on our list is Baldwin Park, which is in the city of Orlando, just north of downtown and just south of Winter Park. In fact, Baldwin Park shares a lot of the same schools as Winter Park. And the reason why I love this area, and I pretty much always go to Walkable and Baldwin Park as being probably #1 on the list, is because that it is such a walkable community. You have business owners all on the main level here. You've got residences up top, and it's very new urbanism as well. It feels a lot like Celebration, but just a little bit bigger with a little bit more retail and downtown area, a little bit more life, and you're not too far from working and that sort of thing. So the person that I would say is gonna live here in Baldwin Park is somebody that probably lives downtown Orlando or wants to be kind of equidistant to everything, because Baldwin Park is that newer neighborhood that really is close to everything. Speaking of Celebration, that's another very walkable community that's similar to Baldwin Park. You've got newer homes, kind of built everything from the late 90s all the way up until today. And that downtown town center area, you have plenty of residential options right next to the diner down there and Starbucks, and kind of like some creature comforts of living in a downtown walkable area, but there's just not a ton there. The person that would live in Celebration that's going to want that vibe is being close to Disney. You're 25 minutes from the airport, you're 25 minutes from downtown, and so it's kind of that whole resort vibe, but not actually living in the resort, just really, really close. Let's go to the next one. On the complete opposite side of town is Mount Dora in Lake County. And I love Mount Dora for so many reasons. You've got the lakefront out there, you've got plenty of downtown shops. It is a little bit farther away from, say, like Disney or the downtown area or really anything. It's kind of out there on its own, but it's really kind of much more affordable than many of the other places that we visited today. And you get a lifestyle unlike any other. It almost doesn't feel like Florida. It kind of feels a little New England-y meets, I don't know, the beautiful weather. But I love Mount Dora. If you're thinking about moving to Mount Dora, I think you're looking at, what are you smiling for?
I just love the New England meets beautiful weather.
I mean, that's what it is, right? The people that live in Mount Dora or that are drawn to that area are somebody that wants to be close enough to Disney, but just far enough away to where it kind of makes it a day trip, that you're not worrying about tourists. You're looking for affordable kind of areas. They do have some newer teardowns. You have some lakefront. It's a really good mix of houses. And so Mount Dora should definitely be on your list if you're looking for a walkable community. All right, so let's wrap this out with a few honorable mentions. I would say that's definitely Winter Garden, downtown Winter Garden, not Horizon West, not the entire mailing address of Winter Garden, but specifically just that downtown pocket is definitely walkable, or at least golf cartable. You also have, what are you doing?
Huh? I wanted to see the house here. Come
on, yeah.
Just a hair.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on. Ready? Number 2 honorable mention would be downtown Claremont. That whole area is definitely getting better and better every single year. And then lastly, I would probably say College Park. So downtown Orlando, kind of 32804, you've got a lot of smaller houses, some remodeled and teardown houses, and that whole strip up and down Edgewater is sort of walkable. It feels like a little town amongst the city of Orlando, which is kind of cool. So there's not any true walkable communities as if you were like living in New York or Chicago, the vastly known as a walkable neighborhood, but you have a few options that I've given you today. And so if you're looking to buy or sell a house anywhere in Central Florida, you want to get to know some of these communities a little bit more, reach out. Our information is info@pozekgroup.com, and we'll see you guys on the next video.